go surfing is to get away from everything else. Bills, commitments, material objects. I think to be as one with the sea is why we surf, and it's the whole meaning of soul surfing. It's like having your whole life put in front of you for a split second, and can you live it, that second? It's the discipline, the dedication that it takes to go, now I'm gonna live my life this second to the fullest, you know? And that's kind of what we're doing, I guess. The first time I went surfing was 7th grade, and I was either 65 or 66. My mother took my sister and myself and a few of the neighborhood friends and went to the beach in Surfside, Texas. I'd been playing baseball and football and things like that, but this thing really set a fire. Got a fire going inside of me. And then I stopped playing football. It was a big issue in my family, and they basically grounded me and took my surfboard away from me and locked up my surfboard. And I broke into their office and I stole my own surfboard and ran away from home at 15. I've been surfing 30 years of my life, or pretty close to it. I like the surrounding, I like the smell. I fit into the ocean like a fish. When I'm not in the ocean, it's like a fish out of water. I stub my toe, I don't pay my bills on time, I run out of gas.
No one said surfing some of the largest waves on Earth would be easy. But on the rare occasion that the ocean swells to 20 feet and the rest of the surfers have cleared out of the water, Derrick Doerner and Ken Bradshaw are ready. They are the big wave men, a unique class of surfer who lives to ride waves no one in their right mind would touch. And for those few determined to risk their lives for some fun, there's really only one place to be, on the Hawaiian island of Oahu at Waimea Bay. Most days, Waimea is not exactly a thrill-seeker's paradise. In fact, usually it's pretty tame, but they call her the sleeping giant, and occasionally, in the dead of winter, she lumbers to her feet, and the biggest waves ever ridden bellow into the bay. But not everyone is waiting for the monster waves of Waimea. Oahu's North Shore is considered the best place in the world to catch a wave of any size. So every year, professionals and amateurs alike come to prove themselves in the water. Even for beginners, the competition can be pretty stiff. When the waves are breaking, the surfing is outrageous. Unfortunately, the big waves are not always breaking. You can wait months, even years for the real bone crushers. And for serious big wave surfers, the wait is essential.
And gives you a chance to do your yard work and laundry.
Take a break.
Which surfers never do, man. When was the last time you did your own laundry?
In a town where everyone's schedule hinges on the weather, working is just something you squeeze in between sets.
I am fortunate that I am able to do absolutely what I like to do and make a living from it. I think shaping becomes an art, and to be a really good shaper, it's a cross between a craftsman and an artist.
Every surfer has to make money. The professionals can usually find surf-related work, but for those who have not yet established themselves, Any job will do to keep riding the waves.
Thanks for calling Domino's Pizza. This is Noah speaking. Could I tell you about our specials?
Noah Johnson graduated at the top of his high school class. Instead of going on to college, he came to the North Shore. His dream is to surf world-class waves. Luckily, he's found an experienced teacher. With the help of a true waterman, Noah might be the next young surfer to master Waimea Bay. Bradshaw has agreed to sponsor him by supplying big wave equipment, along with the encouragement and training it takes to jump in front of a 10-ton mutant wave. Even on a fairly small day, Waimea can be menacing.
You know, when we get out there and you start getting it under control and you start getting it get a little deeper and deeper and deeper and you feel comfortable and you feel like doing it, you go right ahead. You're going to go at your pace. You're going to do what you feel best at.
Yes.
Okay. If the worst case scenario happens now, you know, remember, it's not that big a deal. No matter how bad it might seem at the moment, remember that I'm there and there's lots of other guys there who know what they're doing and they're going to keep an eye on you. So you don't have to worry about it.
So many different things to think about and all. I hope it's not too big out there, but then I start thinking, oh, I hope there's some really big sets, and it's just, I guess I just got to get out there and see how it is.
Relatively simple. You try to shoot down the face of a wave before it breaks on top of you. If you survive the fall, you still have to outrun an avalanche of rampant whitewater. And you do all this knowing that some of those who've wiped out at Waimea never made it back to shore.
You got nothing to lose. No, it's so close, huh? You gotta try the best you can, get as much speed as you can, and just charge through them. Here's another one. Look at this one up here. That's cool. We're gonna catch this one.
I think what I see in Noah is the fact that he has that inherent fire. The fire in his eyes, the fire for wanting to surf bigger waves. He just wants to do it. He wants it because he loves it, not because he thinks he has to or he has to fall in line to follow suit with somebody else, but he wants to do it.
Ken's one of the people I've looked up to for a long time. I'm a lot more comfortable out in the water, knowing, you know, that I have Ken kind of help me out, support me a little.
The reward for watching somebody develop is probably what a coach feels. I mean, yeah, he makes a living from being a coach, but that's not why he does it. He does it because his personal gratification of seeing somebody else succeed is something he loves.
I've been out here 17 winters. I've been lifeguarding for 15 winters. My job I do 100%. Oh, looks like an old man down there. Old style shorts. Looks like he came out of the 40s. That's one of our major problems. We have guys get swept off the beach, kind of into the shells, and they're looking down, they're not looking out. wave comes in and their history. I just really like helping people, and it's like good karma. Helping someone, it's come back to me, no matter what you do. And I could have been a producer, I could have been a doctor or a lawyer, but I chose to be a water safety officer and involving myself with the sea.
Excuse me. What, you visiting from Japan? You speak English? Okay. You gotta watch out for the shore break. The shore break is kind of dangerous, okay? Just don't go too far down, all right? So abunai on this. All right. Have a nice day. Bye.
Totally endlessly, I can feel waves washing all over me. I can hear them calling me out to the sea, to where I'm longing to be. Totally endlessly, I can't stop it, no. The wave inside of me just won't let me go. It keeps calling me over and over again. Over and over, I'm reaching out to touch a distant horizon. I hear a voice and it is calling me. This wave rising is reason to be for me.
Stay close to the beach, huh?
Rhythm of life, the rise and fall. Won't let me come down. I'd like to be forever and ever, riding away endlessly. No way to stop this climate emotion. No way to tame perpetual motion.
You guys keep paddling straight for my tower.
Washing all over me.
Okay?
I can hear them calling me out.
Hey, right for me. Not over there, for me.
Derrick's job is serious business. In an average week, a dozen people need help returning to shore. One reason that people are carried out to sea is that they simply can't comprehend what even a small wave is capable of. It seems, in fact, that some people can't even explain where waves come from.
Wind makes the waves, makes the water ripple, and then the wind catches it and makes it bigger. Don't you think that's what it is, Larry?
Yeah.
Earth's rotation, change of temperature.
Gravity. Is that right?
Energy, yeah. Energy, and it's being thrown up over a bar or the reef. It just comes together, I don't know, man. Mostly just raw energy though, right?
Fortunately, the formula for wave making is only slightly more complicated. When a wind blows across the ocean, tiny ripples form. The force of the wind causes the water beneath the surface to roll. If the breeze is sufficient, these baby waves gather momentum and grow larger. As the ocean becomes shallower, the wave is forced upward. And when the water gets too shallow, the wave becomes unstable and has to break. In Waimea's case, the water gets real shallow real fast. The secret to Waimea's freak surf is a steep coral shelf. When a barreling wave hits this ledge, the water jacks up like a train wreck. If a surfer is in exactly the right place, he'll catch the wave right before it explodes. If he's in the wrong place, his body will be cartwheeled across a minefield of coral. And at Waimea, even a small miscalculation could kill you. Maybe science can explain the mysteries of the sea, but there's an ageless power it holds over man that will never be fully understood. ocean was central to ancient Hawaiian life. Villagers made decisions based on the sea's mood. Royalty had sacred places near the shore to give birth, ensuring that every heir was brought into the world to the shattering thunder of the waves. And surfing was routine, a ritual in which everyone participated. When Captain Cook first sailed to Hawaii in 1778, he didn't quite know what to make of the Hawaiians he saw dancing on the water. The ship's log describes the dangerous maneuvers, calling them altogether astonishing and scarcely to be believed. Even then, surfing was more than just recreation. Occasionally, priests would offer up prayers, a good surf chant asking the gods to deliver favorable conditions.
Aina mai hua na lao la ni kau li lua. Aina ho hua na lao la ni kau li lua. Eino no kia li ka la kau.
In time, tradition became sport, and surfing spread all over the world. Still, it wasn't until the late 1950s that surfers began to look at the waves at Waimea and seriously wonder if a person could ever ride one and survive. One man thought it was possible.
Waimea was this ominous place with all the ancient taboos and the Hawaiian mysteries that surrounded it. But the waves were neat, and every time we go by, we'd look and we'd see it, and we'd be tempted. And finally, I tried to start creating a little interest in the place.
By 1957, Greg Noll was already a legend in the Hawaiian Islands, having mastered all of the rideable surf spots. They called him the Bull, and it was his skill and sheer nerve that made him the first to paddle out into Waimea Bay.
So a wave came along, and I turned around and dropped down the face of it, and heart thumping and adrenaline pumping, and pulled out at the bottom, and that was it. It was, you know, the place didn't swallow us up, and the ancient Hawaiians didn't bring their taboos down on us. By the end of the day, there was, I think every person in Haleiwa, all the locals had come out to watch the crazy haoles commit suicide at Waimea Bay. And now, you know, looking back at it, it was just a bunch of kids having fun.
For now, Waimea Bay is quiet. And despite weather charts and good surf prayers, there's no telling when the big smokers will break next. Still, the obsessed can think of nothing else. Everything they do is in anticipation of that one day.
What's up there, good boy? My house is right on the ocean, so it fits in with my lifestyle. I've sacrificed many girlfriends, many jobs, many opportunities, just to live by myself, to be spiritually bonded with the sea and everything around it. I wouldn't be anywhere else in this world right now except right here, ready for tomorrow, ready for that 30-foot swell that's coming.
There is no life going on. This is the life. This is the life I have. This is the life I lead. I think my fiance and I've come to that where this is it. Don't expect any more. This is Ken. Ken is going to wait for the next big wave, and that's all he's going to do. And shape a few boards in between and make enough money to get by. And if that isn't good enough, bye-bye.
What now?
What now? Yeah.
While the big wave jockeys sit it out, a different kind of surfer takes advantage of the smaller waves at the North Shore. Derrick Ho is a high-performance surfer. Product endorsements and contest winnings have made him one of the highest-paid surfers in the world. Grace and style make him pretty fun to watch.
Totally endlessly, I can feel waves washing all over me. I can hear them calling me out to the sea, to where I'm longing to be. Totally endlessly, I can't stop it, no. The wave inside of me just won't let me go. It keeps calling me over and over again. Over and over, I'm reaching out to touch a distant horizon. I hear a voice and it is calling me. This wave rising is reason to be for me. Rhythm of life, the rise and fall. Whoa, let me come down. I like to be forever and ever, riding a wave endlessly. No way to stop this climate emotion. No way to tame perpetual motion.
My surfing does all the talking, and it's just something I do. It's like a golfer going out to swing his club. What makes you swing that club? Hey, I know how to swing it. I've learned how to swing it.
Rhythm of life, the rise and fall. Whoa, let me come down. I like to be forever and ever, riding the wave endlessly. No way to stop this climate emotion. No way to tame perpetual motion. Totally endlessly, I can feel waves calling me out to the sea, to where I'm longing to be.
Here are the early evening Hawaii buoy reports and coastal wind observations from around the state. Buoy 1, 193 nautical miles west-northwest Lihue. Winds
1,000 miles out to sea, the storm is gathering. In only a few hours, Waimea Bay could finally turn in some epic surf.
Attention, attention. Damaging surf is expected from the North Shore. You're advised to take precautions. Shelters will be open at Sunset Beach Elementary.
This is it. The day the entire island has been waiting for. A half-mile offshore, 20-foot waves are rising up out of the Pacific. Derrick Doerner sleeps on the ground so that the first rumble of real surf wakes him in the night.
You can go 4, 5, 6 years without surfing big Waimea. And then all of a sudden, 2 in the morning, it's there. All that training you've done, all those years, all the laps at Waimea, and there you are. There's a 25, 30-foot face wave right in front of you. And you've always got the smart guy going, who's going? And when it's that big, you don't have very many replies. It's real quiet. At 20 feet, there's 15 guys making a move. There's 20 guys on the other move. There's guys going for the next wave. When you don't get replies, that's when you know that it's massive and it's big, and no sane person in their life is going to be out there. Just us crazy people that aren't really crazy, but just do it for the love.
At last, the time has come. All other surfing has stopped. Everyone has come out to watch a few brave men take on Waimea at her best.
This is a big set, and it is a big set. This is a solid 20-footer. Let's see how many guys miss it.
When you get obsessed with this desire to ride a larger wave, you have to blank out all other thoughts. That this wave is more important than life itself. And you have to drag yourself over the ledge, not caring the consequence, because you know that you can withstand anything that you've trained for.
A set coming on the horizon is like nothing you've ever experienced, because it's like the whole ocean. You can't see the horizon coming at you. And if you surf Waimea a long time, you know that when the horizon disappears and the set starts coming, your heart is about ready to pop out of your chest.
You don't really see the light so much, you don't see the wave so much, and your brain speeds up. It's almost like being in an accident, a car accident or something, where your brain gets so speeded up that time slows down. And that's, I think, how we're able to really achieve these insane drops, is because your brain is going so fast that you make little minor calculations in hundreds of seconds, so we can adjust the boards and our weight and our balance to be able to do this.
Feel the wave behind you, to turn around and to see it coming, to feel the wave catching you, to feel the wind on the face is horrifying. But the initial takeoff is why we do it. The feeling of that set coming, the feeling that no one else is there, nothing else matters. You're there for that one reason, to catch that bomber. there's only a handful of us in the whole world that can do it. And 10 years from now, there'll be only another handful of guys. There won't ever be 50 or 60 big wave riders. There's always going to be just a very few.